What's up, guys? Welcome back. In this video, we are going to actually walk through how to structure your debt payoff. Now, this calculator in particular uses the Avalanche method, which again, financially makes the most sense. So we're going to use that here and talk about it. But there are a lot of other calculators out there. If you want to use the snowball method, there's a lot. I know Dave Ramsey has a calculator on his website. There's other places that have them. So you can go find whichever one and like really get into the details. But we're going to use this calculator for here. So what we've done is we've listed out some of the debts, the remaining balance, so the outstanding balance, the monthly or the minimum payment. So this is the dollar amount you're paying towards a loan each month, and then the interest rate. Okay, so we've got an auto loan, $10,000 outstanding, $235 a month at 4.9, etc. Okay, so here we're going to say, hey, what is our best debt repayment strategy? The same would work with student loans, right? If you have multiple student loans, you're going to be focusing in this method, you're going to be focusing on paying off the highest interest rate loan first and then working your way down. Some interest rate loan, some you might have 8%, some 6%, maybe some were subsidized, so they're 4%, right? So you would work the same way down that. So you can add more fields, add whatever debt you have, but list it out here. The last assignment was to list out your debt. Now we're actually going to put it in and add the details. So what we're going to do is add extra payments per month. So as we looked at the ratios and we understand how much we want for our future, how much we want to go to debt payments and so forth, number one, we do have to get our credit cards under control, the highest interest rates. These are high, they can be higher, right? So we want to get those under control immediately. And then we can start investing money in the side. Okay, so all of your future ratios should really go towards paying off high interest debt until that's paid off. And then you can kind of split up between payments towards loans, if you want to pay those off quicker, and your future wealth building. Okay, but first things first. So let's say this is our monthly payment for all of these loans. And let's say we have an extra $500 a month that we can put towards this. So we're going to go ahead and click calculate on here. So what this shows is you can pay off your debts in 101 months. So that's 8 years and 5 months by making the fixed payments of $19.45 a month. So that's what they had before. Those were the minimum payments. And then plus the 500, okay? So the total regular before was $14.45. So plus the extra money, which is $500 a month. If you do that, then you'd end up paying a total of $194,000 some odd, and the total interest is $29,000 some odd, okay? So what happens is you can see here what they've done is they've organized this by highest interest rate. So credit card number 1 had the highest interest rate, and by adding the extra $500 onto that one, we're able to pay that off in 4 months. So you're paying $550, so it's 50, which is the minimum, plus the 500 extra. You're doing that until month 3. In month 4, that's what you have left. And then after month 4, you're done. So your total payments are that much, total interest, that much. Then you roll those into the next highest interest rate, which was credit card number 2. I think this was 18% interest. This was 16%, something like that. Yeah, 18.99, 16.99. So then you roll that in. So what you're doing is you're paying $60. Okay, you're making the minimum payment until through month 3. Then you're going to pay $183.14, right? Because you're kind of finishing off this one and starting that one. You don't have to do this exactly to the day, okay? But this breaks it down for you. And then essentially you have this $550, once this first debt's paid off, this $550 plus this $60 is going in. So you've got $610 going in the remainder. So through month 4, you're paying off this one. Then starting in month 5, you're able to add all that money and pay off this one. And you're going to be able to do that in 8 with a partial in 9. So after 9 months total, you're out of credit card debt number 2. Total payment, total interest paid, and there you go. Then it jumps to the auto loan, which was at a 4.9% interest. And it's saying, hey, pay $235 through basically 9 months. Then you're tacking on this $610 into this one. So $845, and you're doing that until month 18. And in month 19, there's a partial payoff. So you're done with that one in 19 months, a year and 7 months, and you're out of these 3 debts. And then the rest you would roll into your mortgage if you want to start paying that one off early. So essentially you have $845 plus your normal mortgage payment, and that starts all in month 19. And you do that until month 100 and 101. So that one is paid off in 8 years and 5 months, which is, all things considered, pretty quick. So as you can see, it adds up quite a bit. And as you start, snowballing, I know this is the Avalanche method, but as you start taking everything that was going into the prior loan, and then you're able to throw that into the next loan, that helps out a lot. Okay. Now, once you pay off the credit cards here, the high interest, right? Going back to our ratios, survival, thrival, giving, and future. Once you've paid off the credit cards and you make sure that extra money has gone into your emergency fund to hit your target amount there, whatever you've decided for yourself, then we're going to start wanting to split some money into investments. So we're probably not going to put all $610 into the auto loan, most likely. You can if you choose, obviously. If that's what you decide to do, that's great. I personally wouldn't pay off those loans and be investing zero. I would be doing a mix. So you pay off the high interest, and then you've got 610, right, that you have to work with. So I would peel off a good portion of that and put it towards my future ratio and start investing for the long term. And I can, until I hit my future ratio number, whatever I want that percentage to be, that's going to hit my goals. That's what I want it to be at. And then the extra money I can funnel towards the debt. Okay. So let's say I only need $500 of this to hit my future ratio. Then I'm going to take 110 and I'm going to put it on this debt and pay off the credit, off the auto, and then roll that, the auto payment and that extra 110 onto my mortgage. And that's how I would determine that. Okay. So after the high interest debt is paid off, I'm going to make sure that my future ratio is taken care of and that I'm saving and investing what needs to be invested. And then some extra money in there, I can start funneling towards the debts. So that's kind of the mix that I would approach. Again, if you want to do the snowball method, then there's just search a calculator online. You can find it. I like this one because financially it makes the most sense. And I know if I do auto payments, then I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to get in trouble here. So if I'm going to spend an extra $500 a month, I'm going to put it automatically and have it do $500 a month until it's paid off. Then I will manually go and add the $550 onto this one and add that onto my monthly payment until that one's paid off and so forth. So I know I'm going to do that. So this is the method that I lean towards. But if Snowball works better for you, then go for it. So that pretty much concludes that. I'll leave a link to this calculator in the notes below. There's others you can use, but get going, organize that, and create a plan to pay off the debt. All right, see you guys in the next video.
Start your debt payoff plan today.